This episode has been brought to you by DiceyGoblin.com, online board game retailer, where every board game is an award-winning board game. Hey everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline, bringing you the gameplay video for Forbidden Island. I'm going to play this on Legendary. Played it by myself with 4 different character pawns, but you'll see how that works. And I do want to take a quick moment to mention that Forbidden Island is sold at DiceyGoblin.com, which is the sponsor for my channel, of course. Check them out. They've got great prices on games. They've got 10% off any orders over $99, but more importantly, a portion of all the proceeds goes to nerdy fundraisers. So right now I believe they're sending a lot of their money to a toy museum over in Texas. So check it out. They've got a whole write-up on their website about what the deal is with that. And yeah, so let's get right into the game. All right, so here we go. We're ready to go for a 4-player game. You can see we've got the Diver, Explorer, Messenger, Navigator. I've randomly selected, shook up all the pawns, picked one out. The Diver is going to go first. We're starting on Legendary, which should be interesting. So let's see which areas of the island here are going to start flooding first. We've got the Cliffs of Abandon, Watchtower, Twilight Hollow, Lost Lagoon, Temple of the Sun, and Whispering Garden. Okay, so here we go. Diver first. And he's a long way away from everything that's flooding. So I guess he'll just kind of move up here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what? Let's back up a little minute. I forgot something. Before we go any farther, everybody needs to have 2 treasure cards when they start the game. So let's see what they're going to start with. That's good. Okay. All right, so that's where we would have been before the game started. Then the Diver did what he did, so now it's the draw treasure phase of the Diver's turn. So I'll draw 2 more. All right, and we're starting Legendary, so 3 flood cards. Crimson Forest, Temple of the Moon, and that's dangerous because we already have the Temple of the Sun underneath water, and Copper Gate, which is down here. All right, so yeah, remember if 2 of the locations where you can claim a treasure flood sink before you're able to claim that treasure, you lose the game. So we got to make sure we get one of those taken care of. Now it's the Explorer's turn. His ability is to move and or shore up diagonally. So what we're going to do is move here 1, and then 2, 3. All right, and draw 2 treasures, Earth, and more sandbags. So that's good. And 3 of these, we got Silver Gate, which, right here. Tidal Palace, and Cave of Shadows. All right, moving on to the Messenger. Now I think the first thing the Messenger is going to do is use 2 actions to send each of these to the Explorer. That'll give the Explorer 3 fire cards. So remember, the Messenger, give treasure cards to a player anywhere on the island for 1 action per card. So Messenger's used 2 actions so far. Now, by doing that, the Explorer has 6 cards now, so he's got to discard 1. I think he'll discard a sandbag. And I'm thinking the temple, well, yeah. No, the tidal palace. We'll do that. We'll flip that over. Sandbags lets you shore up any one tile on the island. Okay. Now the messenger has one more action. And here's the messenger. He's going to shore up Cave of Shadows right there. Okay. Now it's time to draw 2. And first one we get is Water's Rise. All right, so shuffle up these cards. Put them on top of the flood deck. Move this up 1. There we go. Okay. Water's Rise goes in the discard pile, and we need to draw one more. Helicopter Lift. Okay. Now, still only draw 3 flood cards. So we've got Temple of the Sun. Oh, man. All right, so we just lost that. So that goes out of the game. And then Crimson Forest, I think, yep, that one's, all right, so that's gone. And Cliffs of Abandon, 3 in a row. That's a pretty rough first Water's Rise. Okay, so now it is the Navigator's turn. And first thing he'll do is he'll shore up Twilight Hollow. And 1. I guess he'll just go 2, 3, because I don't see anywhere that's the Navigator's job, of course, or ability is that he can move other players, but I don't see anywhere that'd be super beneficial to move a player at the moment. So I think he's just going to do that. Actually, let me take that back. So he's used one action so far to shore up Twilight Hollow. I'm going to move the Diver here. That way on the Diver's turn, he can actually shore up all 3 of those in one go. And that'll leave one more action for the Navigator, so he'll move the Twilight Hollow. All right, let's draw 2. Wind and Wind. All right, so that's good. All right, and then 3 of these. We've got Temple of the Moon, Copper Gate. Oh, which is gone now. Okay. And Tidal Palace. Okay, well, I think things have changed a little bit for the Diver. I think this is the only place left for Earth, so he's going to need to go there. And I think we'll go 1, 2, 3. Okay. And draw 2, he gets Earth and Water. All right, now down here you can see he's got 6 cards. I'm thinking the best thing to do is going to be get rid of the Helicopter Lift right now, and in doing so I can move a character. And let me get the move the Explorer here. That way on his turn he will be able to shore up diagonally those 2 spots. I think that's going to be our best move. So let's see where we go from there. We still have to do the flood cards for the Diver's turn. So we got Silver Gate, which is gone. All right, so now we've got the Messenger, who is in no tile underneath him, so he's got to choose an adjacent tile to go to. And at this point, I don't think there's a huge difference, so we'll just go to Cave of Shadows. All right, and then Whispering Garden right here, and Twilight Hollow up here. Okay, so next That was the diver's turn. Going to the explorer now. He's going to do 1, 2. And I guess I'll just have him end his turn on the fire cave, hoping to draw a fire card here. So let's see what happens. Waters rise. Wonderful. So we're now moving up into the 4 draw pile, or draw 4 cards out of the flood pile. This is going to be bad. Draw 1 more card. Got the water, and I guess what I'll do is I'll sandbag Twilight Hollow just to try to hold on to some of these areas. Now, technically, Twilight Hollow obviously doesn't have any strategic value in terms of getting treasure, but the more of these cards that remain in this deck, the more time you have in between, you know, each treasure place that gets sunk. It just gives you more breathing room. So I'm going to try to keep that there. Plus, now we've got 4 of the water chalices ready to go. So hopefully we can get that soon. All right, so I've drawn 2 cards here. Time here to draw these. We're doing 4. Tidal Palace. Temple of the Moon. Twilight Hollow. And Whispering Garden. Okay. Okay, so that was the Explorer. So it's the Messenger's turn. He's going to go. He didn't have any cards to share. So let's go 1, 2. Wait, nope. I think this is definitely more important. So 1, 2, 3. Plus it lets me do that. Okay, that was definitely better. So let's draw for him. He's got fire and earth. Okay. And then over here, we get the Watchtower and the Lost Lagoon. The Cave of Shadows. And the Gold Gate. Okay, so now we're to the Navigator. He will go here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I think that's going to be our best move. And then water and waters rise. Oh boy. All right, put that there. That moves up. Have to say I am a little concerned that I have not gotten a treasure yet. Struggling a little bit to collect all these cards in the same spot, so let's see if we can think about that a little bit better as we do this. So we're doing 4 cards. Tidal Palace. Whispering Garden. Cave of Shadows is gone. Not good. So we'll move the Explorer. Let's see. The Explorer has... We'll move him there for now. So that was 3, and 4 will be the Watchtower, which is gone. Okay, not good. And you can see now this section of the island is kind of cut off. That could be problematic. Okay. Next, we've got the Diver. Now he's got... All right, I think the best thing for him to do is going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. If we have that, I think I need to get rid of that one because we've got the cards on the table for the rest. And fire, definitely get rid of that one because we've got that on the table already too. Okay. Here we go. 1, Gold Gate is gone. 2, Temple of the Moon. 3 is Twilight Hollow. And 4 is Lost Lagoon. So I think we'll move the messenger to the Temple of the Moon. Okay. Explorer's turn. Let's see. We need to try to make some matches here. Now the diver. Okay, that's what we'll do. Move here for the diver to give him this. So that's 4. That means the diver's got to get rid of an earth. So we'll do that. And then the explorer can shore up diagonally. So that is his 3rd action right there. All right, we're making a little bit of progress finally. Explorer gets a helicopter lift. And the wind, all right, we'll hold on to the wind, get rid of the earth, because we've got 3 up there. I don't know, I feel like I'm going in circles a little bit here, but at least we have 4 matched up with the diver for the water treasure. So let's do 4 of these. Howling Garden. 2 is the Iron Gate, which is down here. 3 is Breaker's Bridge. And 4 is the Dunes of Deception. Okay, so now we've got the messenger who will use 1 action to give the fire down here to the explorer. Explorer is going to discard the helicopter to go ahead and have himself ready to go on the Cave of Embers when the next turn starts. So it's 1 action for the messenger. The messenger also has that. Now let's see, he could give it to he's going to give this to the navigator, who will then have to get rid of... Actually, you know what? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now because the navigator would be better off getting a wind statue. So we're not going to do that. So the messenger is here. And I think he's going to use the helicopter lift to fly to this kind of cut off area of the island and save Howling Garden. So that's 2 actions, and then 3 will be moving down here. Over here, the messenger still can share, really, you know, obviously that's his whole power. So he actually is kind of, it'd be a good spot for him to be separated a little bit from everybody because he can still share while keeping this part of the island floating, hopefully. All right, so we don't have any cards in the treasure deck, so we've got to shuffle the discard pile. Now, this is going to be tricky since this discard pile is relatively small and there are 3 Water Rises cards in there, so we'll see how this goes. All right, here we go. Earth and Waters Rise. All right, we're getting dangerously close to death here. Not to mention we're going to be drawing 5 cards now. Oops, but the helicopter left in the wrong pile, so that goes there. Okay. All right, here we go with 5. We've got Breaker's Bridge. 2 is Twilight Hollow. That's gone. 3 is Dunes of Deception. That's gone. 4 is Howling Garden. And 5 is Whispering Garden. All right. So that was the messenger. Now we've got the navigator. I think the navigator will use one action to move the diver to the coral palace. That way the diver will be ready to go at the start of his turn to deal with the water treasure. Navigator is going to move here for 2 and then flip Whispering Garden back over for 3. All right. He gets an earth, so I guess get rid of the water. And then sandbags, and we'll go ahead and use the sandbags to shore up Howling Garden. All right. And then we've got Iron Gate, which is gone. We've got 2 for the Temple of the Moon. 3 is going to be Tidal Palace. 4 is Fool's Landing. All right, so that's finally come up. And 5 is the Misty Marsh. All right. So that was the navigator's turn. On to the diver. First action. It's going to be to claim the water chalice. Okay. So where is he? He's over there. Second action will be to shore up Fool's Landing. Third action, he's going to swim to here. And then oh wait, no, I'm sorry. All right, he's used 2 actions, so he actually can't get to Temple of the Moon this turn. So I'm thinking he'll just swim down here, and maybe this will still be a round start of his next turn. Seems unlikely, but possible, and he can just shore that up to keep it in play. We'll see. Might be a ridiculous move, but we'll find out. So he okay. Waters Rise, and the other one is Sandbags. So Waters Rise, if we get one more Waters Rise card, we are done, which is not good. Because I know there's at least one more in that. I'm pretty sure there's 3, so there's one more in that deck. And it's a small deck, so we'll see what happens. But I think we're going to use these sandbags to bring Temple of the Moon back up to shore it up before this gets drawn. So here we go. 1, Tidal Palace is gone. Navigator will go here. 2 is Fool's Landing. 3 is the Howling Garden. 4 is Misty Marsh. All right, so the diver. Now, if this was any other pawn other than the pilot, they'd be done. But the diver and the pilot can obviously go elsewhere when they would drown. So I'll just move him here. He has to go. Well, actually, he has to go to the nearest. 3. So technically, Bronze Gate is closer. All right, so that was 4, I believe. Here's 5. Temple of the Moon. Okay. So now we're on the Explorer's turn. 1 action to claim the fire token. We'll do 2, 3. Oh wait, actually, Temple of the Moon just got flipped over. Okay, so I'm actually going to go 1 action to get the fire token, 2 to move there, and 3 will be giving the navigator that right there. So he's got to get rid of an earth. That's fine. Okay. Explorer draws 2. Okay. 1 is Whispering Garden. 2 is Bronze Gate. 3, Coral Palace. 4 is the Phantom Rock. And 5 is the Observatory. We are in some serious trouble right now. All right, Messenger's turn. I think he's going to have to go 1, 2, 3. Really, I don't see that there's much of another choice because we've got to keep, yeah. And handing these out isn't going to do any real good. Yeah, I think that's what we have to do. Okay. Waters Rise. There we go. So that is the end of the game. Legendary is very difficult, as you can see. Got 2 treasures. I probably did not spend enough time consolidating cards at the beginning of the game when I had a little more leeway. But, well, you know what? Let's go to my closing thoughts. So there you have it. Lost that one. Got halfway there, which isn't too bad on Legendary. I definitely think that where I went wrong was I was not consolidating the treasure cards early on to try to get the matches that I needed. They kind of got spread out amongst the different characters. So maybe in the future when I'm playing a Legendary, that'll be a focus at the beginning of the game. I don't know. If y'all saw anything that you thought I could have done better that might have assisted in getting the win there instead of what happened, please leave it in the comments section below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. You can find me every other week or so on Board Game Blender. I'm on BGG. I'm on Twitter @boredoffline. And until next time, if you're bored online, board offline.